Hello and welcome to round 2. We are here on the draw with the 1-drop in honor of the pure and a 3-drop. If we hit another plains, I guess this is pretty good. I'll keep it. The Mishra's Factory isn't bad either, but ideally we would like to be on the play, but one cannot always have what one wants. It's not a bad 2-drop. Kiora's follower, okay. Well, given that I can go 2 and 1 next turn, I wonder if I just want to play in honor of the pure and force in 3 damage. I don't hate trading that because that's basically trading a spell for I'm trading up on mana. I think I'm going to attack with the Isumaru because I don't think he's going to block, and then we'll jam the Kami. And then next turn we can Honor of the Pure and Patron of the Valiant. Or what is this? Soldier of the Pantheon. What the heck is a Patron of the Valiant? It's like from Origins. Been playing too much Origins, obviously. Well, it's just not a Sower of Temptation. Opposition. Okay. So, yeah, I think I want to get the most stuff out that I can, which is going to be Honor the Pure and Soldier of the Pantheon, and try to punish him for going for this opposition thing. Like, the way opposition typically kills is by screwing up your lands. If this is like a big token play, we're dead. If it's not, we can probably keep playing. Okie dokie. That was a fun game we played there. Yeah, I think we got out opposition. He's not getting me with it though. So that's a thing. We can't really attack into it. Linvala shuts off a mana and gives us a flying threat. Like, we can sack the Kami and get rid of the opposition, which I guess is why he's not doing it, but if we don't deal with this, we really can't do anything. I guess if I'm going to do this, I should probably sack the Kami now, get rid of the opposition, then play the Linvala, and we can try to beat him in the air before he can take things over with the Whisperwood Elemental. So let's go ahead and do that. He probably just taps us down, I would guess, but then we'll still have a 4-power flyer. If he can't deal with that in 3 turns, we've got him. And again, it does shut him off of a mana, so alright, we'll do the thing. He probably taps his creatures to tap mine, would be my guess. So we just get a little bit of use out of it, but not a whole lot. So I hope he needs double blue for something else. Green-blue is not known for its ability to destroy creatures, so we may be okay here. Also, Boros Reckoner can attack into that board. A Mishra's Factory cannot, but it can block 2/2s. Wow, that's a lot of tokens. So many tokens. So it's a race. Off to the races we go. So what does Crusade do for me? We got to make sure we're not dead. We're at 20, so let's say he swings up with everything and we block. Well, it lets us hit for 5. I'm not entirely sure that that's relevant. 5 him, put him to 2. I mean, that seems pretty good. Let's say we block this and a random one of these, then we take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we need to be able to kill him next turn, which I think we could get close to doing. Gives us better blocks. Gives us better attacks. It's gotta be good. Takes the damages. Would you like to keep your deranged hermit? You would? Okay. I think that means we're probably in better shape than if he didn't. Okay. He has to turn everything sideways here, right? Well, he also has to leave back enough blockers so that he doesn't die. So does kill squirrels or kill manifests? It's actually kind of interesting decision. Because let's say he has like an eternal witness or something, then these can potentially get better. If he attacks like this, we kill him with the path to exile. That's why he's leaving one of these squirrels back. Okay, he is willing to die to path to exile. That's interesting. I like it. He is changing his mind. Nope. Yes. He's really given this some thought. Like, we don't even need something if he only leaves back 3 blockers, because Mishra's Factory can get in there. I think he's dead on board? Oh, no, because he gets another token off of this, so we still have to draw a removal spell. Okay. So let's block the things. You're a 3/3, you're a 4/3, you have protection from multicolored, so may as well like use your super cool ability, and then we'll eat a squirrel. I mean, squirrel! Oh, we got a Thespian stage too. That may mean he has a Dark Depths. Can we get a removal spell? That'd be sweet. Hey, look, it's a path to exile. Who wants to go on a path to exile? So what does this guy do? Sacrifice it, and you can't do that. So let's just kill it. I mean, I guess maybe I should kill this. Like, he's just dead, right? Let's make sure I'm doing math, because math is hard and sometimes I'm bad at it. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. So if I kill one of the blockers, then it's better for me. Okay, let's do that. Let's kill you. What just happened? Okay. Let's activate. Wow, that's up here again. Okay. Let's activate you. And let's attack with all the things. If we left back one more blocker, that would have been a bit more interesting. I think it still ultimately would have resulted in victory for us, because he can't really attack into the Reckoner at that point. I guess I would draw the game. No, because it's going to hit me to 0 before this resolves on the stack, right? Like, this is a stacked ability. Huh. Still interesting. I guess we could have held back more blockers if that was what we were worried about. Interesting game. So against a ramp deck, I'm still kind of not interested in like the Armageddon and the Winter Orb. I'm feeling better about having left that out, actually, given what we saw there. There's some argument that we may actually want a Day of Judgment against him, which is just the most absurd thing I've ever heard. It was actually very difficult for us to beat that opposition unless we have a Kami of Ancient Law. We can try to get out ahead of it, and we can potentially face Fetters it later, but it's really hard for us to face Fetters it later. I guess we can unexpectedly absent it and get out from under it for a turn. Again, going on the draw, there's an argument that maybe we want land tax, but I'm not entirely convinced that that's the case. I certainly don't want it enough to cut a land again. That was just kind of dumb. Now let's run it back. I guess you don't mess with perfection. We were on the draw that game too, and we did just fine. think going to 15 land is a bit greedy, especially when 2 of them are man lands. Okay, this seems fine. I think we go with the Soldier of the Pantheon first. Probably the Champion. Like, the fact that he could play a Kiora's Follower is probably not great enough, and the Champion gets pumped by the Soldier and most of the other things we could draw. If we draw another 1-drop human, which we have a lot of, then this certainly does a thing. That kind of makes me feel like he might have an Upheaval too, because that's definitely something you'd play in an Upheaval deck. I could plow it right now, not to have to deal with it. But I think I'd rather get my Soldier on. Presumably he has another creature we have to deal with. I don't think Wall of Blossoms is that creature, though. So I could play the Soldier, or I could play the Crusade. None of them really do anything. We could bounce the Wall of Blossoms, but that doesn't seem great either. I could plow it, play the Soldier, die to a Whisperwood Elemental. He's down to 4 cards. Like, that does start getting in damages. I think that's actually the best shot we have at winning this game. This is a very aggressive line, but we are playing an aggro deck, let's not forget. We've also overloaded a bit on lands, so it may just be that if he's light on lands, we can win. If he's not, we can't. Like, he's going to think maybe blocking and making a dude is a thing that he can do. And Crusade makes that not as good. Okay, I like Dirtling. Dirtling is good. We can also basically, whenever we want to, make sure that he draws a Llanowar Mentor. Honor of the Pure. Like, maybe this is the turn to do it. Let him draw one and then slam those next turn. Because we get him for 6 here, hitting him to 11. Well, then next turn we can bounce it and play a Crusade still. So let's just go ahead and play the thing. That is a significant amount of damage. Downside is if he slams a Whisperwood Elemental here. That still pretty much gets us. No? Okay. So if I Honor of the Pure, that's 8. And if I unexpectedly absent his guy, he'll just make a dude. But I can bounce that. Like, I guess I just leave up the instant speed removal. You have the counter spell. You have the Mystic Snake. Oh, I see. You have a Cryptic Command. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Oh, okay, I see what you did there. That does make my Champion of the Parish a little bit worse, because it's going to be a 2/2 now. So were you going to chump this or just take 3? I guess I'd rather get in there. Again, he doesn't have a Whisperwood Elemental, or he almost assuredly would have cast it. Guess we kind of have to see what happens here. Opposition happens. Okay. Opposition is a thing you could do. We can bury it pretty far, though, so that we don't have to deal with it. You're just going to tap my guys? Okay. That's fine. I think we're going to bury your opposition. Or, you know, we could just play a Lien and Relic Warder and it'd be great. No more opposition for you. Yes, I would like to use that ability. Not going to lie. That was a pretty good draw. Hungry Kitty is hungry. Avenger of Zendikar. Alright, well he is making the tokens. That is a lot of tokens. And it's not really something I want to do the unexpectedly absent thing on. We kind of need a flyer here. We can unexpectedly absent the Mentor just to wash his next draw step, but I don't think that's the direction we want to go in here. We kind of need like a flyer. Fiend Hunter's not bad. I mean, it gets rid of this guy, but if he kills my Fiend Hunter, it gets worse. I can Fiend Hunter that and attack and make him chump up, like, garble a bunch of tokens. I guess we'd probably still do it, but like it's really bad if he's got bounce. Yes, I'd like to use that ability. Let's attack with the creatures that can attack. Gotta fight our way through these plants somehow. All of the plants. So many plants. Oracle of Moldiah. Okay. Which he probably has to block with. It's got one card left. He has no cards left. So let's look and see what he's got going on over here, should we decide to attack. He probably jams enough stuff in front of this to try to kill it, and tries to do the same here. So can he do both? He can put 3 here and 3 there, but not 3 on each, at least not this turn. We know he's got a Hermit coming next turn. So if I bounce this now, he can still put 1, 2, 3, 4 power in front of the Fiend Hunter, chump chump, take 3 going to 5, and then he gets his Avenger back, and we probably lose. So I think I want to save this as a combat trick, because he's incentivized pretty hard to block in such a manner, and I don't want him to draw the Hermit anyway. So can we attack with everything now? I think so, because I'm going to bounce something anyway. And he can't block in such a way as that he gets to kill this guy and that guy. He can only threaten to trade for one of the two. I like this block by him. I like it a lot. I don't like it if he jams something else in front of the Fiend Hunter. I kind of want to be quiet and hope he doesn't. Because if he puts all of his guys with power in front of the Fiend Hunter, then I think I screwed up. Although that one certainly works. This is a good block. You should totally do this. This is really good. You should do that. Okay, I like that. So we can just make him draw the Jiraga Tree Speaker again and have nothing, right? Yeah, you can have one of your tokens and we can make you draw the Jiraga Tree Speaker. Actually, we can just kill the Tree Speaker and bounce the Mentor. And that way you're left with 2 little tokens that don't really do anything. I mean, they tap for mana, but you're drawing a Mentor. So the Mentor can go over here, that's fine. Because like he could level this up. So we may as well get rid of the biggest threats. We'll kill those 2 in this. Am I doing this right? Yes, I'm doing this right. Okay. So you are going on top of the library. You're drawing that. And we have killed all of the things. And we should be in pretty good shape now. We Drew a plane. So let's say he puts everything in front of this. He dies, so he can't do that. He has to trade, chump, chump, and go to 3. And he's got this. That's not super good. Let's say I swing with... we don't want him to get the opposition back, obviously. So let's see, what world could he keep the opposition? He'd have to double block this, but he can't take a hit from 2 of them. Right? It's even the lowest power to kill him. So, okay, let's go through all the iterations of blocks. We've got 15 minutes on the clock, and you don't get extra points if you win early. So we attack with everything. He puts all 4 in front of this guy to get his Avenger back. That doesn't end well for him because he dies. He has no cards in hand. Let's say that he puts 2 things in front of this and then chumps one of those. Well, he still dies, so that doesn't work out well for him. So if we attack with everything, the only real block he's got is trade the Oracle for this and then chump 2 of the others, going to 3, and then he plays the Hermit, which is really good for us if we draw like a Path to Exile or something like that. What if we don't attack with this? Well, then he can double block, chump, play the Hermit. So we've got to swing with everything and trade the Soldier for the Oracle. So that means we swing in with the team. Hope we draw a removal spell for the next turn. I'll hold 1 land in hand because I don't think it hurts as much to do that. So he draws the Hermit, puts a lot of power and toughness on the board. And we hope we draw a Flicker Wisp, maybe? Mishra's Factory isn't bad, but all of these little 2/2 things are not helping us. He can't really attack us, and he is playing off the top, and we've got him to 3. So I like our chances, but it'd be nice to draw a way to kill him. Got a couple flyers that could do it. That's probably going to make his own Mishra's Factory, unless he has Dark Depths. So now we're in the unenviable situation of, do we start trading off Mishra's Factory for squirrels? And I don't think so. Like, we're both playing off the top here. I can't send in either of these 2 because if they die, we're screwed. I could send in the Champion and trade it for a squirrel, the Mutavault, trade it for a squirrel, and this and trade it for a squirrel. I can't do all of that this turn. Obviously, we just played the Mutavault. But let's say I send these 2 in and we trade for 2 squirrels. Then we've got a Mutavault to trade for another one. And then we can actually start attacking with the Fiend Hunter. So maybe trading off dudes is better for us. Now that he's paid the Echo, like, they're not going anywhere, we may as well try to get rid of them. The fact that the Champion can get bigger later is significant, but he's not playing into my combat tricks. Well, we've got to try to get him before he can actually do anything. Plus, getting rid of the Mishra's Factory is pseudo helpful because then he can't copy it. Blade Splicer. I like that. I do like attacking with this too. Why is it a 3/3? It's not a white creature. It's a squirrel. That is so funny. Okay, you got your own. Alright, we're tearing down these squirrels 1 squirrel at a time. May as well play around Mana Leak, because why wouldn't we? I think we may be able to attack with the team now. I think we may have been able to last turn, but I got a little too caught up in making sure he didn't get my stuff. So let's say we swing team here. What we'd be concerned about is that he double blocks this guy and gets that Avenger back, and that would be terrible for us. But he's got a 3-3. So he blocks a 3-3 here. Let's say he blocks the 3-3 here and they just trade. He chumps this, chumps that, goes to 1. That's not good for us. That is in fact the opposite of good for us. So I think I just swing with the golem now. I had an opportunity last turn and did not take it. At this point, he could probably put the squirrel and the hermit and the mutavault in front of it unless he's got something. It's an interesting match. I feel like we hit a little too many lands for what our deck wants to do. You got to chump with something. Jumping with Mutavault. Or are you going to put everybody in front of it? That's fine too if you want to. Everybody goes in front of it? Okay, I think I'd rather take out the squirrel and the hermit and make your Mutavault a 2/2 because that gives us better attacks next turn. So actually this doesn't kill my token if I do it this way. Yeah, that seems fine. Because the guy that's pumping the Mutavault dies first, so my token only takes 2 points of damage and it's still alive with 1 health. Yeah, I would have had to order the blockers really backwards for that to be bad for me. I didn't notice that when I attacked. Just caught it, so I don't blame him for not noticing it either. I was fine trading this for those two, but because of first strike, the hermit dies first, and that's what's pumping the Mutavault, so we kind of goat there. But nice. So it looks like we will be back for the finals in just a moment. Appreciate you guys tuning in.